Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your awakening. I'm higher vibrations, and so are you. There's a lot happening right now, and a lot of people are kind of becoming concerned because there's a lot we don't really understand completely, And so I'm just going through your emails, and I'm really sorry. I'm not answering everyone. I've gotten a lot. I really appreciate those messages. I've gotten more messages asking about walk-ins than any other messages. And so I kind of feel like I need to talk about that right now. There's a couple of other videos that I'll be doing to address other questions that you've had. So please continue to email. That's actually really helpful and nice to hear from you. It's so nice to see so many people, so many of us having this experience at the same time, and we're not alone. So the question about walk-in, what is a walk-in? And I am not an expert on any of the topics that I discuss. I don't claim to be. This is my own subjective experience. And that's all I really have, what I've been through, and I get facts and data from some sources that I don't really know if I rely on. So I go with my experience. And that is, for me, I am a walk-in. I had a walk-in experience in my preschool age group. It was a very intense and profound experience for me. There was some events that occurred right after that prevented me from fully understanding that or remembering it completely the way that maybe I needed to, that I thought I would in that case. But the reason that my experience was so profound, when I walked in, so walk-in is your higher aspect coming in to exist within this vessel. That's basically it. Okay? Like, there's a lot of other stuff that goes into it. There's a lot of different experiences for each individual person. Especially the older you are, walking in later on in life is difficult because you come here not having any of the skills. I don't know if that's even a word that would apply to the way people treat each other in this world, but the social understanding of things is very difficult to come by. Basic things, I guess people would assume we're basic. Like, I was just mentioning this to somebody else, like the way that women kind of are doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't buy into it. Like, there's a lot of strange social things, and because of that, I have awkward social experiences. I don't really know what to do in every situation, because it doesn't make sense to me. Like why are we even doing this right now? But it's not just that, like, there is more extreme experiences. Like, if you just walked in and you're 36, you would have been expected to already know how to drive. You would have been expected to already know, all of these other things. And from what I understand, and also my own experience, we walk in with skill sets, but they're not always as easy to access, I guess, because we can come in and suddenly, all of a sudden we are expert pianists. We are, somebody who ate from the microwave and now is like an expert chef. We go from these just profound personality changes is what people on the outside most often observe. Hey, it was just 444 into this video. And so those skills kind of, are difficult. And if we want them if we find ourselves in a place of shame or embarrassment regarding these things, it can definitely bring us down. And, you know, don't buy into it. You're doing great. You know, figure it out. There's a bunch of us that are kind of still figuring stuff out, or had a situation where we had to go through that experience and figure it out, and we already know, you know. So let's start that conversation. You know, are there any comments about that? Let's share each other's experience, and maybe we can help each other in that way. But so anyway, so what I was shown is that you see source, and there's two expulsions of beautiful love light from either end. And that was the first movement. That was the first separation of spheres, right? But after that, each separated sphere separates again and again and again and again until eventually you get to wherever you're getting. And those are referred to as soul aspects, because we are that genealogical line, spiritual line, family tree or something. But we are source. We are of source. We're an extension of source. So every step that you take in that doubling of the spheres, then you have another soul aspect. So here we are in this experience right now, in whatever aspect we have. We're connected to all aspects. And at some point, once you have continued on your awakening journey for long enough, you are ready for your higher self to be an embodiment in this system that we are, physical form that we're experiencing. And so we absorb our higher self. Our higher self walks in. And so there's another experience of walk-in that I think everybody has that, you know. To be a walk-in isn't quite as unique as it is made out to be. But definitely to be a walk-out is a different experience. There's something else occurring that has been trying hard to fully communicate. And that's a few people who are walking out with in mass right now. And those experiences are the ones that are more profound. That's the one experience I had as a young person. And it's difficult because it's a little bit of a jerk. But just remember, trust yourself. The biggest difficulty I found was I'd stopped trusting self. And I started listening to the people around me, the ones that wanted to call it something like a diagnosis, or, you know, you're off your rocker right now, or you're being crazy. And because it sounds crazy. Like, who the heck would have ever thought that us geeks in our freaking Comic-Con freaking stuff were gonna be right? I mean, come on. Like, figure out what's gonna happen tomorrow by watching some of our geek flicks. Like, that's pretty killer though, isn't it? Like, we've been passing this information around. It's present, so we won't fully forget. And now it's time to remember. And that's what's happening. There's a lot of darkness flowing through right now. And it can seem very uneasy. It feels unsafe, but it's not. You're good. We're all doing it, okay? There's some stuff that needs to come up. This darkness needs to flow through. Take the time that you need. You know, like, I'm vibrating right now. Like, my body people would call it shaking, but it's starting from my sacral chakra. And it echoes, ripples out. And that is that transmutation that is just nonstop right now. And it's okay. You're not alone. You're safe. Try to sleep as much as you can. Drink as much water as you can. And allow yourself to fast if you're called to do so. Otherwise, light, fresh foods if you can. And just know we're almost there. All right? You're okay. You're not alone. We're doing this together. I hope you're having a wonderful journey. Thank you for your service. Thank you. Aho blessing.